All right. Well, good morning, families and students. Good to have you back. We're on NTI day 23, and we're just going to kind of roll through it here. I hope you're setting aside some time for some work and some play and some fun, just taking care of business and then having the rest of the day to yourself. So let's go ahead and get started for this morning. Day 23, grade 3. Here we go. Bring up today's lessons. Let's see. We're going to start out with, of course, with some cursive practice. This is my favorite movie. Just going to trace over that. Looks like 5 times, and then you'll have a chance to do it on your own there. So just make sure we keep those the long strokes long, the short strokes short. Keep things flowing. Remember, in cursive, things are always connected, and then you go back and dot the I's, cross the T's. Don't forget your periods, of course, and those capital letters at the beginning of sentences and on proper nouns. All right. Going on to grammar. We'll be working in past tense verbs. We worked on a couple other verbs this week. Today will be past tense. And so we've got 15 sentences here. Past tense means it's already happened. Present tense, happening today, happening right now. Future tense will happen in the future. But this is past tense, and usually, as it says here, you just add an ED. And so on this one, we're just going to go through and find the verb, first of all, and it's going to be the action word, the word that you do something. So let's look at number 1. We placed our towels on the sand. So what did we do? We is the subject, who it's about. And what did we do? Well, we placed. And we see that ED there, so that's a good help to help us figure out what that it's going to be in past tense. So placed, we're going to use this word here, put it in the blank. So just go through there and figure out the past tense verbs. All right, scrolling on down. We've just got one math sheet today. We're going to be finding the unknown in multiplication and division. So we've got several problems here, and skip counting is going to be your friend here. Let me bring up whiteboard, and I will go over these a little bit with you. Again, skip counting. If you're not sure about skip counting, you might want to go ahead and skip count out all these are 1-digit numbers and 1-digit facts, and they will help you figure out the unknowns. So you might want to go ahead and do that, but let's go over some strategies to figure out these unknowns here. Let me bring this up. Get this going here. Just going to connect little whiteboard. All right. So our first problem here is blank. I might say N sometimes. Very common letter to use for the unknown in math is N or blank or something like that. So I might say either one of those. So we've got N times 8 equals 32. N times 8 equals 32. Well, how do we find out what goes there? Well, if you know your 8s, boom, you're in. You already know what goes in that box. Blank times 8 equals 32. But let's say you're not real sure about your 8s. Well, you skip count by 8s. That's going to be one way to go about it. If you know some division facts, multiplication and division are very related. So you could do 32 divided by 8. And if you know what that is, that's going to go there because those are related facts. But let's go ahead and assume that you're not too sure about that one. We're going to skip count by 8. We're going to start right here. We're going to skip count by 8. So we've got 8. Another 8 would be 16. So that's 2 8s. Another 8 would be 24. That's 3 8s. Another 8 would be 32. So there we are. We got to our 32. How many 8s did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4. So our unknown in this situation is going to be 4. Going to be 4. So that's how you could do that. Let's move on to the next one. We've got 56 divided by n equals 8. 56 divided by n, or blank, equals 8. Well, here we are with our 8s again. So you could go back and look at the 8s you already started counting by. Also, if you know, you could use a multiplication fact. You could be thinking in your mind, 8 times what equals 56? If you know 8 times blank, if you know what goes there, that will fill in our unknown also. But let's go ahead and go back to our skip counting. Now, we already knew the first 4, 8, 16, 24, 32. So we're just going to put those real quick. 8, 16, 24, 32. Now we're not up to our 56 yet, so we need to keep going. 40, 48, and then 56. How many 8s did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took 7 8s to make 56. So 56 divided by 7 equals 8. All right. And let's do one more example. This one's a little different. Notice that the answer comes first because we see this equals here. We see this equals here. So we know this is the answer. So we've got to come up with the equation, and it gives us a blank here. So 10 equals n divided by 6. And don't forget, in division, the largest number comes first. The largest number. Now, not the answer, but in the equation itself. In the equation itself, in division, the largest number comes first. So we know we're looking for a large number. Now, how could we use a related math fact? Well, if we know what, we could take this 6. We know we're looking for a large number because we know in division equations, the largest number comes first. And we could use multiplication. 6 times 10. If you know 6 times 10, then you know what goes in that blank right there. You could do it that way. You could skip count by 10s would be a good way to figure this out. You could also skip count by 6s. And so that's how we're going to go about it today. But again, you're asking yourself, how many 6s do I need, where if I divide it into this large number, I'm going to have 10 of them. So again, I'm going to need 10 6s. All right. So let's do 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 30, 36, 42. You keeping up with how many we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 48, 54, and 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have 60 in here. Now you probably knew that because 6 times 10 is 60. You're smart that way. So just look for different ways to do it. Got to remember though, in a division equation, the largest number comes first. So skip counting is going to be your friend here. In fact, I want to encourage you to go ahead and make out something like this, where you skip count by the numbers that you're not too sure about. Maybe you know your 1s, 2s, and 3s. I would say you probably know your 5s and 10s, but these are the most common numbers that most kids aren't completely sure about. So you would just go from 4 to 40, 6 to 60, 7 to 70, 8 to 80, 9 to 90. So let's do a few of these here. 4, 8, 12, 16, and then you just keep going. 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. So now you can multiply any of those on that sheet. Remember, this is all about completing that sheet by 4s. If you need 6 fours, you would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would be 24. So you do the same thing here with 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s. And that'll help you on the whole sheet. So if you want to go ahead and do that, I think that would be really helpful. So we're going to continue on here. That's with the math. We've covered cursive, we've covered grammar, we've covered the math. Let's keep rolling on here. A couple more subjects. Let me bring that up. So there's our math. This is a great story. This is our reading for the day. It's a nonfiction story. It's true, called The Long Giraffe. And there are just a ton of interesting facts about math here. If we go down through here, just take a look. It talks about how tall they are, how many bones they have. Look at this one spot right here. A giraffe swallows up to 10 gallons of water when it drinks. 10 gallons. Imagine 10 milk jugs filled with water. That's how much a giraffe drinks at once. That's amazing. Another part I thought was really interesting is on the second page here. A healthy adult giraffe does not have many natural predators. It can even kill a lion. Wow, that's pretty interesting. We'll take a look over that Long Giraffe nonfiction story. And then you've got a few questions about it down here. How many bones are in the giraffe's neck? I saw that back up there, give you a little hint. That's in this third paragraph here, so I'll give you a little help there. And just some more questions there. This third one, it's looking for an opinion sentence. So we've got this second page here, and all of these are facts, except one of these right here in the middle talks about how good the giraffe looks. So I'll give you a little hint there. That's the opinion when it talks about what something looks like or how something feels. Those are usually opinions and not facts. So copy that on there. Use good handwriting, of course, capitals and periods and good spaces between your words. And then we're going to fill in some words here, going back to the story and looking for that. A little artist challenge. If you'd like to extend the lesson a little bit, grab a sheet of paper, draw you a great giraffe. Don't be too hard on yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just have a little fun with it. And then write the 3 most interesting facts that you learned from this article. And then finishing up today with social studies, we've got a paper on citizens' responsibilities, lesson 33. So you've got a short reading passage here, and then you've got 2 or 3 questions that refer straight back to that. Notice we've got a bold-faced word here, so those are always important. And then we've got a few questions that kind of flash back to some other lessons. So you could look through some other lessons that we've gone through. Cause and effect here. What the cause is the action. The effect is what happened because of that action. So one of these things was an action, and one of these things happened because of that action. So you'll write the word cause or effect in these 2 blanks. And then number 8 down here, when the Navajo migrated to the Southwest, they had to adapt. It's asking you to use context clues here to figure out what the word migrate and what the word adapt means based on this sentence. So you should be able to kind of read it, read the words around it, and it should help you figure out another word that would take the place of those, that would give you the meaning of those words, migrate and adapt. Well, that's our lesson for today. I hope you're going to have a good day. Make it a great day, of course. Go over those, watch this video again if it's been helpful, and reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Of course, I'm always available to help you. We can do it through text or Zoom or phone call, just whatever would be most helpful to you. And as Miss Dublin always says, make it a great day, Cardinals. Take care.